Hopping off another clip every 6 months. I think I need a new bucket list. Yeah, I think I might need a hero. My way too much, y'all should share. I'm feeling like a veteran.
Probably live somewhere.
Be my hell all you need is a castle. All I need is heaven. I don't want the hassle. God bless the child and hold on. My instincts guide me through this first low culture. Good angel, bad angel, sitting on both shoulders. One be trying to gas me, manipulate me, tip me, they have no soul. So I like to take a tally on the favor of the days when the paper wasn't major, but love was abundant. Before the God got the Godson of Christ stomach. Let these niggas know there's a feeling how we get. From music the table come with H, start with H, because the H come after.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another illustrious edition of the F.A.R Report. My name is Rico Lamitt.
And I'm Fred Smith.
And welcome to the Vision Room.
Which, camera one, camera two.
What's happening, brother?
Bro, it's been an unbelievable week.
Yeah.
The F.A.R site was so clear that I forgot to wear my shades today.
Dude, you guys just keep your goggles on, man.
Yeah. Can of goggles. Ooh. Cartier can of goggles. Let's go.
Can I goggle?
Can I goggle?
The
F.A.R site was so clear.
That's amazing. No, it has been a very eventful week for us, for the industry overall, and for California, man.
Yeah.
We have a pretty full lineup today. Happy to be back in here with you, brother.
Yeah, bro. I'm really happy to be here. This is like our like, it's like a warm glove, you know. I just love how we just mastermind and just the brilliance everybody loved. I know you're going to get into the event, but everybody loved the event, you know.
Big shout out to everybody who came out.
Big shout out
this week for the Canapreneur launch.
Yes.
For those of you who are new to the Canavision global scene, Canavision is designed to shed light on the issues in the cannabis industry, and Canapreneur was designed to offer solutions across the supply chain.
Yes, and it was really amazing because we had like I call it like the Academy Awards, the Oscars. Like it was some weight in that room, man. I was just like, yo,
just a little bit.
Oh, that's a can I flex?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Big shout out to everybody who came out. We had about like 76. It was the official non-staff count for us on Thursday. Pretty successful evening for us. I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody who came out first. Matt Young, APOP Media, for providing the venue for us. Huge shout out also goes to our sponsors, Califia Gold Club. And then we had 3C Farms. My man Waylon came through with the cannabis. Food was incredible with Sharon Seymour with Jerklicious. And Himalaya came through with some cannabis treats for everybody too. And the biggest shout out to all three of our speakers.
Yes.
Came out, had a very important family conversation that's needed to be had for quite a long time.
That I get goosebumps just thinking about it because we've seen each other like throughout the pandemic, you know, and the thing about it is that room was so intimate. Like I was all the way in the back and they were just touching my soul. I don't know how else to explain it, but the realness of everybody in the room collectively going, you know what, we're still here. We ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, we've gotten stronger and here's our resources. So I think had it not been for Canavision, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, you know, we illuminated a lot on that side.
Right.
And it just really is really, we planted some nice seeds and it's turning out to be a beautiful thing, man. Like I was grateful to just be in that room because there was a lot of knowledge being dropped.
Yeah.
A lot of real knowledge. High level, what the future looks like, where we're at right now. And that's what the theme that you cover. So I'm going to steal your thunder, bro.
No, man. I bring the lightning. You got the thunder, brother.
Yeah, who this Fred Smith guy? But yeah, it's just one of those things where what we have as far as a whole team is so big. Think of it like an hourglass, you know, like Canavision is the top, and then we're also building at the bottom. He's going this way, I'm going that way, and collectively we're in the middle. I want to give up the roadmap, but the roadmap's hidden in plain sight on two spaces.
Hey, man.
It's the dots.
I use GPS.
He's used the GIPS. But, you know, shout out to your vision. Shout out to you actually being how you are, because I think it was beyond anything that I could have ever thought of. I mean, we had an idea what it might look like because there were other things pre-pandemic that were going on, but you never know. It's a whole different environment. So they showed love and support, and everybody was just talking and raving about it. So thank you for real. I mean, that's just a big deal.
Right.
I don't even know what to say, bro.
Right. So we had
speechless.
Yeah, we had Miss Kindness Ramirez. Shout out to Miss Kindness Ramirez from Club Kindness, Bridges, represented on the wellness side of the industry. We had Jason Beck coming through, Global Cannabis Alliance, as well as AHHS, Alternative Herbal Healing Solutions. It's gonna kill me if I got that wrong. The longest tenured, the longest consecutive or continuous running retail owner and operator in the industry. And then we also, bringing us home, we had Kika Keith,
yes,
and representing Siawa, Gorilla Life, as well as the Life Development Group. And she had some excellent news that she came out with.
Oh, yeah.
We're still waiting for the full report on that, but she got a call that evening. It seems that they did get some positive news on the lawsuit. For those of you who are just tuning in, Kika Keith and her group with Siawa Social Equity Owners and Workers Association, they ended up suing the state for $50 million. How much of that, we don't have the official numbers yet, but she said that they did win. They did win the case. So we're waiting on the official numbers, official report on that. But she had a huge announcement that night, and we got the exclusive on that.
Exclusive, super exclusive. And that's what happens when you really are connected in line with the right people. They don't mind just saying, hey, this is what's going on right now. Right. And I like that, because in my previous lives, it was always this, shh, don't say anything, cliquish, cultish kind of deal, but in cannabis, it was like, yo, like, this is what's going on. Like, y'all going to support, like, we need this going on. And that's the love that I see in the room, and the biggest connection being with the stalwarts of the industry.
Yes.
There's a lot of them around the country, and together we collectively call that, the super connectors.
Yeah. The honey trap.
The honey trap. the can trap. The honey trap.
The glue, where it gets sticky, man.
Yes.
It's all about becoming that conduit. And if we all step outside of our ego just for a quick second, you find there's so many people that need your talents.
Yeah.
There's so many people that you can take advantage of their talents without taking them for granted.
That is a secret to success, though, bro. Like, literally, I know that a lot of people try to be something that they're not, but everybody in that room was real. And we're just like, what, this is how we are. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. And that's what we want to build, is just a network of layups.
Yes.
Everybody just showing love. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Yes, it's alley-oops all across the board, across the industry, across the supply chain. So everybody eats.
Yeah,
you don't have to have a massive tent. You can keep your circle small, but just make sure there's no leaks in that motherfucker, right?
Leak.
Right.
That's Rico's pet peeve. Shout out to leakless.
Although leaking does lead to moisture.
Exactly. You need moisture in order to grow.
You do. Just take care of those spider mites.
Spider mites.
Right. So let's dig on into it. We also have Texas is on the come up. So Texas introduced a bill this week, explicitly listing Delta 8 among everything else that they're going to be bringing into the fold for the cannabis conversation as they roll out legalization. What are your thoughts on that, Fred? You seem to have a little bit of something to say.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot to say on that one. Because, again, it's just like, that's how I started, as far as my journey, medicating myself. And it's just like, I've had nothing but amazing spiritual experiences. And it's just like, you talk about getting closer to God. Y'all can say whatever y'all want with how y'all experiences are. Right. But just with me, it's such a higher standard, pun intended, as well. I mean, it's really given my brain stretch marks in the right directions. Mm-hmm. So I love the fact that, and I'm still going to stick to my guns, Reek. I still think that California is going to be still saying, screw everybody, we're going to do Delta 8. But now they have another competitor. I would say competitor, but just a nice, healthy coalition, for lack of a better word.
Right.
Because they're a big economy.
And here's the thing, Texas apparently is listening to their constituency. They're actually listening to their people.
Is that how it works?
So Texas was actually mulling a Delta 8 ban as well. But a lot of the smoke shops said that would crush their businesses. And the fact that they waited a little longer and they saw what happened, a lot of the backlash that was going on in the northeastern states that were actively banning Delta 8. They said, you know what, we're going to listen to our people.
Wow.
And they actually listed it as one of the approved areas of operation as they inch their way into legalization.
I never knew that.
We'll see if it holds up, but that's where they're going right now.
Yeah, I thought that, didn't Colorado fire the first shot?
I think Colorado banned Delta 8 first.
Yeah.
And then it was New York, those big waves that New York banned Delta 8. There's a lot of backlash from a lot of the smoke shops, CBD shops, saying that they were killing it. They're actually killing it in Delta 8. You can still sell it through loopholes. Let's make sure that I state that correctly. You can still use certain loopholes to transact certain areas of the plant.
Hi, Dana.
But the fact that they were trying to sell it in their shop, and a lot of them had built a healthy portion of their business, if not the majority of their business around Delta 8 sales, it totally wiped them off the map immediately.
Wow. Now, you've been in the game way longer. Why do you think that was?
Control. And then also there's a lot of backlash from the owners and operators that are licensed because this is a new thing that's taking away business from them. People don't have to go into a dispensary because they believe that Delta 8 is legal. Number one, they believe that Delta 8 is you can get 90% of the benefit of cannabis without going like full cannabis, I guess. So there's a lot of miseducation.
Well, that's why, and that's why I like how we talk, because I'm always still on the consumer side. Like, wait, I thought it was all illegal federally. So there's slightly different levels of legal, and that's, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's, so even though it's illegal, I mean, technically, like, I don't understand.
It all is illegal.
Right, because federal typically supersedes state. So since it's all illegal, then what are we arguing about? It's control. That was how I connected those dots when you said that.
But I mean, technically, with it all being federally illegal.
Provisional licenses. That's what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
So does Texas have real licenses, or are they provisional?
They don't have licenses yet. So, like I said, they're inching towards legality down in Texas. So we'll see.
This is a beautiful conversation, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still plenty of time until they reach the finish line, so stuff can change. Anybody who's been in this industry knows, like, week to week, month to month, year to year, like the industry is a very different place.
I remember my first label shift. Everybody was freaking out.
We've been through enough of those here in California. When they shift the laws on labels. You have to go swap them all out, and dispensaries just can't sell products that have a bad packaging, bad labeling. So it's a huge cost that the early adopters have to they have to bear the brunt from it. And you have a lot of newer players that are coming in, and they're scooping up business opportunities for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one label we saw, that one company, because their packaging was directly attached to the label. They couldn't maneuver. So poof.
Yeah.
So you have to be a little bit, at least from what I'm saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but literally you have to be mindful even of your package design, because if it's completely designed around that and they go, you're done.
Right. So yeah, if they have it like silk screen or whatever directly onto the particular packaging, yeah, it looks better, it looks nicer, but you might have to, at some point, if you haven't pushed that product out the door, go slap another sticker on it to correct that labeling. If you don't do that, the dispensary is going to take your product off the shelf.
Yeah.
They don't want to get in trouble for it. So it's like my old football coach, what up, Coach Brown, used to say, it's the plumber's proverb, shit rolls downhill, right?
I never heard that one.
Shit rolls downhill.
Nice.
At the bottom, got to clean it up, right? So
I too once was a pineapple. Anyway, different story.
what were you doing? So big ups to Texas actually listening to the constituencies. Big ups to what up, Franklin? Top of the morning to you too.
What's up, brother?
Much love.
Much
What
love.
up, Ryan? Coming through from the East Coast as well. And just got to make sure you're listening to. There's a couple of outlets. We teamed up with State of Cannabis News Hour every morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Clubhouse. You can actually find us, and you can find a lot of these news stories with vetted sources from all over the industry, giving their response, giving their 2 cents on what's going on in the cannabis world. But as things heat up, you got to make sure you are tapped into these news stories because it will affect your business across the supply chain. We do what we can on the Cannavision side to get those stories out once a week, but there's stuff that affects you day to day. You have to be tapped into. So if you want to be in this industry, you have to keep your ears to the street, obviously, because that's where shit goes a lot quicker. But there are outlets like Clubhouse. There's outlets. There's plenty of good news outlets out there that are a little less biased than others that you can actually get these good stories from and make your own decisions with your businesses with a little bit of that empirical data, which is very, very important. You make sure you get your facts straight, make sure you're tuned into your state, your local municipalities, and then what those laws are as we wait for federal legalization, which we think will come within the next 2 years. I'll keep it broad. Those are my thoughts, my feelings. They do not reflect that of Cannavision Global or any of our entities.
And the exact same way, at the end of the day, a negative and negative equals a positive. Hashtag physics.
Yes. Hashtag math.
That's math.
So go a little further into that, Fred.
Yeah. Well, I think what's going on is because you have all the bigger institutions from the government coming in. DEA, IRS is working on stuff right now. I had my tax license for a long time. They're like, give me my money, as Rico would say.
Yes.
So I think once they put the final touches on all of that stuff, get everything streamlined, that's why we were going into the provisional licenses, because they're learning what to do as well as what to not do. So when they're writing legislation, it's going to be interesting because they're already going to have it dialed in.
Right.
But what's interesting about Texas is that they're actually listening. So there's going to be a push-pull. And somebody on the team, and they probably don't want to be named at this point in time, made an astute observation that hemp and marijuana are the same plant. How dare you say that? So I think they were had a my bad moment. So that's one of the reasons why we're seeing all of this carnage as far as the laws and repeals and everything else. But I think they're going to have to get their shit together, and that's going to be definitely within the next 2 years.
Yes, indeed.
So, we're off.
We're off.
Camera.
Second camera.
Yes.
And we're back.
And we're back like we stole something.
Back like we left something.
Yeah, so I think that's what's going on at the end of the day. We're going to have to be mindful of, watching what Uncle Sam really wants to do on the federal level.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're so handsome. There you go. Cool. All right.
Yeah, you gotta just be mindful of what's going on the federal level, and really, because that's where the larger trends are headed on the federal level. But on a municipal level, that's where you're going to be able to operate. Right now, everything is illegal on the federal stage, and they're setting that. The Democrats and Republicans are setting themselves up for a big fight on how we take cannabis legislation. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
As you saw, the Democrats put out, spilled their candy.
Oh yeah.
They put their cards on the table and said that they wanted to wait. Chuck Schumer about a month ago said he wanted to wait until we get full legalization, until they start dealing with the banking issues, which is the most tone-deaf bullshit I've heard in a long time in this industry. Because you have so many people operating on a state-to-state basis, and if you can't put away a lot of this illegal money that you're complaining about, what's the fucking point? You're going to get robbed. You're going to get it confiscated from the powers that be. And how are you supposed to operate? It's totally tone deaf. And then the Republicans came less than 24 hours and said, you know what? We got a solution. We got banking. Let's go. But they're going to take out the whole equity conversation.
Ooh, yeah, that's why I was keeping my mouth quiet. So hashtag tone deaf dog whistle. Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the Republicans, I mean, Fred always put it best and said, you got to have both wings, the right and the left wing, to keep that bird in the air, right?
100%.
And I totally believe that. I totally adhere to that philosophy. The problem is you have diametrically opposed ways of running things.
Mhm.
The Republicans are just more, on this issue at least, and from what they're saying initially, they're just more about the business side of it. They care about the business side. They don't really care too much about your feelings. They don't really care too much about what happened in the past. Surprise.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
I mean, they're pushing forward. They're pushing ahead, saying what happened on January 6th did not happen on January 6th.
Bro, that's crazy.
Like, Republicans are all about just like keeping it moving forward. Who gives a fuck what happened yesterday? Where the Democrats might be, I'm not saying it is a definite, might be pandering a little bit too deep into people's feelings, trying to evaluate everything before they push forward legislation. When the reality of situations, people have been operating, people's businesses, their livelihoods, their entire life savings are on the line, and they're waiting for this legislation, and for them to keep on pushing it back and forth, punting it across the line, left and right, just sounds like government.
Yeah, and you know that. Yeah.
When has government worked for you?
Exactly. Well, I think like literally, you already know my viewpoints on certain parts of politics, but I do know that there's a flip-flop of the rabble rousing between both parties.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering though, like, when are they going to really come to an agreement for the people, or does that even exist anymore?
Is it necessary?
Shout out to the NWO. But that's none of my business. Where's my Kermit tea right now?
Oh my! Sip slow, man. Sip slow. So
I'm going to tell you, your hat is always fire, dog. I just love it. That's a total separate side note.
Yeah, shout out to Jamie Pearson. She came through. Jamie Pearson, huge friend. Big homie Jamie
Yes.
from Bang Court. And she actually gave us some fire hats on 420, and I haven't given her proper flowers, her proper dues. So big ups to her. She came through with a couple of items, and you just rock some gear every time.
Yeah.
You saying you want one of these?
It looks
You
beautiful.
need one of these, man?
Yes, sure.
All right. But Jamie, we need some more hats. Give some caps out here, please. Got to get you on the show too.
Yeah, 100%.
And so let's bring it back to Canopreneur before we start taking questions here. So we had the launch this week. You want to break down just a little bit about what Canopreneur is and what our goals are with that?
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, Canopreneur, basically, Rico has such a huge network in the game. He was High Times Top 100, pretty much like the Kevin Bacon of the cannabis industry. That's what I call it. It's like a lot of people know him. And the cool thing about it is he's not really loud about it. But I don't like humility in this case, and here's why. Because we don't have a lot of time before it does become legal, period, end of story. So, when I saw Rico and we started getting together on a lot of stuff, the biggest thing was we wanted to have a format, a system, a process so that people who want to get into the game or want to learn more about the game actually have a safe, transparent platform to really have real open conversations. So we just took elements from our lives, because nobody has control or domination of the plant. Nobody has control or domination of marketing and sales and all this other crap. We just took all of our whole ethos of who we are as human beings and came together and joined forces. And that's how Canopreneur got started. It got started out of a need. And I want everybody to clearly understand that. What we saw in the marketplace was people who are really, really smart. I'm talking about even rocket scientists like approaching us, but they don't know where to get the right accurate information.
Right.
We know people right now who are almost $1 million into building their brands and still haven't even launched. And in one case, it was tens of millions when we were at the studio. The reality of it is it doesn't really take that kind of hard effort and all this rocket science mindset. You just need accurate, clear, vetted information. So what we did was we took the best of the online, the best of the offline, the best of the streets, all the way to the best of the multinational corporations. And we were able to find out what the common thread was. And that's really how we launched Canopreneur. So the launch on Thursday was so significant because literally it was an integration of people on the outside wanting to come in and people on the inside wanting to grow and scale. So when we had that format, we launched it. It's kind of like Rico already has a unique ability of pulling everybody from different parts of the industry in and out together. So we just decided to make it into a simple, easy to understand format so that everybody got something out of it. And from my research so far, everybody's like, hell yes, we want more of this. So Canopreneur is, I say isn't more because we launched. Canopreneur is one of those things where we're looking to get not only direct feedback from you, but also take what the industry has and we're combining, and again, that into give you exactly what you want. It's too much bullshit out there. It just makes more sense at the end of the day. Just say, hey, you know what, bro? You need this, you want that? Okay, you ready to exchange money for it? Okay, great. And just give it to you.
Yeah.
Because we all have been through that part. Even in life, if you haven't been burned, that means you haven't been trying. If you don't have any haters, that means you ain't trying.
You ain't hot enough.
You ain't hot enough. so that's why we did it, and I'm super thankful that people love it and they want more of it, and we're already registered for next month. So it's kind of a dope deal. So
right,
and thank you for your trust in that too, because I know sometimes when you got your baby, you're just like, oh, who's my baby?
Well, I got a real baby now.
Yeah.
So I don't have too many qualms about sharing.
It's beautiful.
The projects on the event scene. So all about making sure you have the right people on your team.
Yes.
The right people to give the handoff to.
Yes.
And I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah. And I want to thank you too. And I want to thank the whole team there. I want to thank everybody who came through, because we did get very valuable feedback as to what you want to see happen next. And we are actively giving you that, and we'll have that out for you next week. So I'll reach out to everybody personally. We've already had people talking. They want to do more. So let's just go ahead and do more. And if you're looking, because we are looking for ambassadors, just give us a holler at either info@canavision.com or hello@canopreneur.com. Either way, you'll get a hold of either us or our team, and we'll do our best to just really figure out what's currently not working in your world and give it to you.
Facts. Yeah. All right, so let's take some quick questions here. I have Benson Sherwin that's coming in from YouTube, and he's asking when do events open back up fully, and what are your next moves on that front? All right, so Canopreneur. Take that down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So Canopreneur is actually going to be the last Tuesday of every month. You guys see a little bit how the sausage is built. Here, Canopreneur is going to be every last Thursday of the month here in Los Angeles. As we build that thing on out. What we did this past Thursday was just the launch. It was not a full program.
Right.
And what we wanted to do is just have a family conversation. Get some of the most powerful people in the room, get some of the deepest pockets in the room, so they get some good information directly from three very powerful people in the industry. Going forward, it's going to be a lot more one-on-one interview style programming. We're going to try to make sure that we have all three sides of the industry represented each month. Every last Thursday of the month, doors will be opening at 6:00, programming starting at 6:30. And we're always going to keep it open for the local retailers. So if you have a retail license, if you are an owner operator, we want to get you guys out there. Make sure you guys have a premium event experience. And we know that retail is the backbone of what we do. So last Thursday of every month is going to be Canopreneur out in APOP in the Arts District. So it's like Little Tokyo in Los Angeles. If you are in person, you wanted to do a live stream of those events as well, right? Do you have a little insight on that for the people that are not in LA?
Yeah, 100%. I also want to say that parking is not an issue where we're at, because the way we hold it, there's plenty of space. So we had almost 100 people there. Mm-hmm. So we really want you to get the full immersion of this. We were COVID friendly, everything else. But what we also want to do for everybody who can't make it offline, is that I'm working right now nonstop. That's why I got the bags right now, to figure out the best option so we can launch that by the time it starts up next month. And I think by the end of the week, I'll have a viable solution that's going to be, tight for us.
We have there's 2 parking garages too. So
Yeah.
there's a parking garage like 2 blocks away, directly on 2nd Street,
Yeah.
and there's also plenty of parking along Santa Fe over
Yes.
there. There's parking available. We're going to do make sure when we grow, when we're above 100 next month, that we have those properly highlighted. We'll have a map out that we'll be pushing out to everybody, and then we might have for the VIPs, if you guys want to do some kind of valet. Yeah. We can raise money for that. Just shoot us a quick email on that.
And I was
we can
also
start looking at those options.
I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, I was also going to say that also it's a hybrid space as well. There's a lot of outdoor as well as indoor. So go either to the Canavision site or Canapreneur page, and you'll be able to see the walkthrough that we did real quick and live in real time. It's more than airy. It's more than spacious. And we just want to make sure that you're comfortable and you feel okay about how we're doing it, because to us, the experience is everything. So.
Right. And we're going to be relaunching CBD Sundays.
Yes.
So CBD Sundays, the Pampered Faja. So on June 20th, we're going to be relaunching. So we don't have to deal with the COVID restrictions after June 15th here in California. But we do have CBD Sundays in a very similar situation, very airy, mostly outdoor space. We're going to have, that's going to be at Club Kindness out in Chino Hills. And after June, we're going to be doing that on the 2nd Sunday of every month. So we have 2 static events each month, Canapreneur at the end of the month. And in the middle of the month, we're always going to be having CBD Sundays.
And that's just for starters, because what we're also doing too, because pre-pandemic, already out in 6 states with CBD Sundays.
Yeah.
So the franchise opportunity is available for that, as well as us doing the franchise opportunity for Canapreneur as well.
Right. And it's all about wellness and business. And of course, the lifestyle side of things. We have those options also. So I do toot my horn a little bit. We do have access to 26 cannabis consumption friendly properties within the greater Los Angeles, Orange County diaspora, if you will. So we actually will be doing some stuff more on the private side, on the lifestyle side. So stay tuned for those options too. And if you have any interest in that, once things do open up, just hit us up.
Yeah. And I'm going to give you a personal testimony, bro, because you're so humble about it. Like literally every single event that I've gone to has been life-changing. I will meet somebody or go through an experience where it actually gives me more insight to my PTSD. Like even when I met Shelly, when we just had relaunched, it changed my life forever. Just an amazing, you're going to meet some of the most amazing people who are in and outside of the industry, because not everybody who's in the industry or who supports the industry smokes the flower. I want to be really clear about that. We do have advocates who just understand generational wealth. We have advocates who understand healing. We have advocates who understand that this is a great time to have the biggest money grab in middle America history ever. Like I can't think of anything in my lifetime prior to this, because I don't know of anything else. Well, the information age, but now it's too saturated.
Right.
We just want to give you the real deal. But at the end of the day, like I said, I've had a lot of healing that's going on, and I have a long road to go with my PTSD. But the way that we have this set up is designed to say, look, guys, we want to collaborate. It's not a competition. So whether it's CBD Sundays, whether it's the Suave Life, whether it's anything else like that, we want you to have the full immersion experience of what we're doing. And that's really why I'm glad to be fucking with you, bro. Real talk. He's so humble, guys. You have no idea. I know. I'm going to shut up. Go ahead, bro. I'm going to shut up.
Yo, Justin cures. Where's my hoodie? www.canavision.com, CANIVISION.com. That's where you can find the hoodie. I told you, brother. He said, give us the link. I shot you the damn link when we were in Vegas. We were in Vegas last week. Go to our fucking website and get a damn hoodie. and Anthony, come trade your fucking hoodie in too. Somehow at Golf Beef. Anthony. Shout out to Clade 9, the homies over at Clade 9, a great flower shop here in LA. Yes. He grabbed the wrong hoodie. It was a large, so come get your hoodie. I'm not giving you up anything. Giving you anything.
Did you just rickroll? Never going to give you. He just rickrolled you, bro.
For those of you who have not gotten your Maison Tight hoodie yet, make sure you guys do. We've partnered up with Maison Tight, a very boutique luxury goods, cannabis, I should say hemp because it is all the same fucking thing. But hemp clothing, luxury hemp goods out of New York, and we're doing some great things. We white label these hoodies. This hoodie you see on me right now, it's 55% hemp, 45% organic cotton. We do special blends, everything we can do white labeled, and then we also have the courtesy pouch. This is a great way for you to silence the loud.
I call her Clarice the loud.
So you see that these are magnetic closure on that, and you have no problem. Actually had these last night. What up, Jason Beck? Had these. You can have your favorite items in here. You can have loose flour in there as well. Yes. It is waterproof. It is airtight, and it is soundproof as well. So you can fit your little gnomes in there, and they won't scream. The screams will not be heard.
The gnomes with silencers.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Seriously. But these actually come with a built-in pouch, a built-in pocket right there. So pull that out, and you have a strip on the backside. So if you have a favorite hoodie and you don't want to get the hemp hoodie from us, it's quite all right, because these pouches can be found for sale also. And I believe these are retailing about like $30, $35 on our website. So make sure you guys hit up our website. That's where you find the shit. Justin, I told you twice. And you got to teach me how to dab. Because apparently I've been dabbing wrong for the last 3 years, and these motherfuckers talking shit this week on IG Live. So
Ryan actually put a sale out, so they need to take advantage of that.
Oh shit! It is Memorial Day. Right? We actually have a Memorial Day sale.
I wanted him to bump the price up.
Can of bumps.
Bro, like we got research.
Right,
they're already $300 hoodies, like period. Like people were like, shut up and give me my money. Take my money. It's the real deal.
Yes. Ryan said, if a tree falls in the courtesy pouch,
will you smoke it?
Is a gnome the only one to hear it? What is the difference between a gnome and a troll?
Vernacular?
Perspective.
Hashtag dad jokes.
This is dad jokes. No, we do have a sale for our hoodies for our entire line. We have some great inventory that we ran through like a motherfucker, and we have a great Memorial Day sale. So big ups. It is Memorial Day weekend, great 3-day weekend. But tell us a little bit about what Memorial Day is all about and why it's important, Fred.
Well, I can only give you my interpretation, because like we actually had in Chester a place called Memorial Park. So I've always looked at Memorial Day personally as a reverence. It's not necessarily barbecues or anything like that for me personally. I just like to remember those fallen. And it's not just that holiday for me. It's Veterans Day or anything else like that, because freedom isn't free. And no matter what people tell you, like even right now, like my challenge with the cancel culture, and I went into that last week, like I have people in my family who are card carrying members of the cancel culture. Let's be super clear about that. I have a very diverse background in my family personally at home. So, but we all are able to sit down at the table together and talk about these kinds of things. So Memorial Day to me is memorializing all the fallen soldiers, regardless of whether you're in the military or not, who just believe in freedom. I think on one hand, we're totally unfree because we have more regulations than anybody else.
Right.
But when it comes from a military perspective, there have been a lot of people who have laid down their lives for this country. Whether you like this country or not, doesn't matter. I can't unsubscribe and become Italian, but I respect people who are in Italy, but what I'm telling you is just that there's a reasons why sometimes lines are defined. And to me, Memorial Day reflects that. Like to me, Memorial Day personally just is like to hold the standard, because in the military, you have two separate codes that you're dealing with. You're dealing with the socialist code called the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It is what it is. So I've been socialist before. And then you also have the capitalist side that lets you, hey, we making money. Right? So that really is a challenge mentally for me,
right? Because
I've had to shift all my different mindsets to get to how I'm thinking now. They got a building block. See, it always starts with the star building block.
Hey, how'd I get that in my pocket?
You got him. She's like, sponsored today by Zozo.
By Star.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, bro, much love to everybody, whether you believe it or you want to celebrate it or not. Let's just use it in my world as a time of reverence, just reflect where we are right now. That's really how I look at Memorial Day personally now. It enables me to still remember my fallen comrades, but at the same time, they don't want me to continue to not live my life. So that's why I'm doing my best to get through my PTSD.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that I did with programming online last year when we were in quarantine over Memorial Day weekend, I had some of our veterans that are in the cannabis industry talk about the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For the people at home, they see it as just a shopping holiday. Right. We see. What is your take on the difference between the two, and how should people out in society actually address veterans?
That's an interesting question because with me, it's almost like my current beef I have with Facebook. It's like I got to be this one person. I have to be this one label for the rest of my life, and I disagree with that. I think if everybody was held, regardless whether bad standard or good standard, to the past of their lives, you wouldn't have been able to change your name. You're stuck. This is who you are for the rest of your life. So to me, Memorial Day is more about identity, and I know that sounds crazy, but my journey is very unique, like every other veteran out there, because the thing that we usually fall into is how do we conform back to society once we get out of the military. And there are some people who are totally stuck. So for me, it's more about just relating. So Veterans Day to me is a little bit more of a hypey, hey, that's awesome. We were warriors and we did all that stuff. That's cool. But Memorial Day is a lot more reverent for me. It's actually a time of reflection for me mentally as to who I am as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, guys, I promise you, it's not as sexy as people make it look. I'm still trying to discover my humanity. So when we come together on these live events and we come together here, it feeds me more than you know. Like sometimes before pre-cannabis, I was in catatonic states. Sometimes I would just literally sit there looking out, wondering what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm being real with that. So for me, Memorial Day is more or less, okay, who am I right now? It's just a check-in for me personally. So a lot of veterans may not agree with that, and that's okay. That's the reason why we all serve different branches. I have a different viewpoint, but I want to be more inclusive as to what Memorial Day is versus somebody spitting on our flag and doing crazy shit because they don't understand what that really means. You don't have to like the United States. You can leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. But as long as I'm here, I'm going to do my best to just make sure that everybody eats, everybody grows. Like even Miss Kindness, something as small as what happened, and I'll say this and I'll shut up. Something as small as like when we were running around during the event and everybody's like, yeah, Fred needs a plate, Rico needs a plate. And she heard me say, no, I'm worried about everybody else eating first. That stuck with her. And that's what I learned in the Marines. It's just it's those little small, subtle nuances that I don't think about because in my mind, we're in a combat situation. We're go, 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 go. You know what I'm saying? I need to make sure you're straight, everybody else is straight. But it's those little small things that I learned. So to me, that's memorialized in my heart because she actually felt that. And Miss Kindness, she don't play. She calls a spade. And she was just flat out telling my wife, she's like, yo, like that's real. So to me, that's what it's about.
It's like the difference. I mean, that's the true meaning, true definition of service.
100%.
Right. And I think Leo Bridgewater, big shout out to big homie
Shout out
Leo on the East Coast. I think he put it really, really well to last year when he said, it's the difference between thank you for your service and thank you for your sacrifice.
That's beautiful.
Right. So like Memorial Day is more about thank you for your sacrifice. Veteran Day is more about like thank you for your service.
Yeah. And those sacrifices they're very real because I had to sacrifice who I was to get my head shaved off. I talked about literally like how all my vocabulary, I was really colorful in my writing when I got out. There was literally black and white.
It's cut and dry.
It's very cut and dry. And I've had to go through my own forms of rehabilitation, guys. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars literally out of my own personal pocket. I just talked to my brother about that this morning just to work on who I am right now. So I like the way he frames that. It actually gives me a better perspective and much love. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I love this collective, bro. It's beautiful.
Right. So big shout out to those who have, those are the fallen soldiers that have died fighting for our country, whatever this freedom means these days. I know we get a little very colorful with our wording. We get very, very sharp with our critique of our great nation. But at the end of the day, people like Fred go out there and they do what they do, go overseas to protect our freedoms, to protect what we have here. And even though like a lot of it might end up, down the line, we find out like the truth and it's nothing what we thought.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that our soldiers know that their sacrifice was not in vain.
Yeah. And people don't understand, like some people consider us freedom fighters, some of us consider us conquestors, and that was the struggle that I encountered when I was out there in the Gulf, like, why are we on somebody else's land? But if you really watch some of the inhumane stuff that goes on, and it's just total medieval torture in real time, even in 2021, it's horrible. So again, I'm not going to virtue signal. I'm not going to sit here and say this is what I personally believe. All I know is that if somebody's hurting and it's hurting the greater good, then we need to address it. Period. I don't care like if I'm an American or if I'm this or that. Those are just labels to me. I want to know: are you cool? Can I mess with you? And what do you have that's alive in you that we can work together on?
Right.
That's all I care about. I just fuss with everybody.
I mean, and then on a broader scale, what is a nation when we're being invaded by aliens?
Food.
UFOs is coming.
Yes. Shout out to Del. Oh, that's in my loud voice.
So yeah, real quick.
About to go down a major rabbit hole right
I
there.
had to jump on that before we hop off. We're a couple minutes over.
He
right
got
now.
me this week. I had him last week. He got me this week. You know,
I
big
had
slap me before we get off the air.
I had to drop off. I had to drop that. So with all this UFO talk coming up, man, it is a bullshit report coming out next week, which is definitely going to be watered the fuck down. Now that they're finally saying things.
Wow. Get ready because it's coming.
So, semi-serious question here. Are those sacrifices in vain if we have visitors from another planet? What is a nation to the galaxy?
You really trying to get me in trouble right now. Can I use my lifeline? Let me call Jean-Luc Picard on that answer. He'll give me the answer on that one. There really is some Star Trek shit going on.
TNG.
Let me put it to you this way, bro. Literally, what people don't understand, because I can't answer that question right now. Nice try. Let me put it to you this way, guys. See, Rico knows a little bit more about my background. I literally was messing with people who work at a certain Air Force base that, you can go to in Vegas through Janet Airlines. You can at least Google that part.
Janet.
But for the most part.
Wardrobe malfunctions all day.
Because I asked that question literally about maybe 96.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, Fred, we just see so much stuff. I can't even tell you. It's just like unbelievable. I was like, fair enough, bro. And he's like knee deep in it. So let me put it to you this way. We're about at least a minimum of probably 60 years behind the times and stuff. We already had UAVs back in the 30s and 40s. People don't understand that. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at a lagging indicator as a civilian. As a leading indicator, that's the reason why some of this information is compartmentalized. Because a lot of this stuff, a conspiracy theory isn't a conspiracy theory if it's true. You just don't have enough dots to connect it. And I'll just park it right there. I'm going to park it right there.
I mean,
I'm going to park it right there.
The term conspiracy theory
was invented by
the CIA.
Exactly. It is a total mechanism. But that's none of my business. Again, I'm over here. I'm a stoner now. I don't know no better. I'm just a crazy stoner. I'm dumb.
I mean, big ups to the aliens.
Big ups.
I'm looking forward to it. My expectations are muted, after knowing you as to what to expect from this bullshit.
I think we can talk about that for 30 seconds. The brain transplant involved. Because I got a brain transplant too. Because I'm sitting here at a level where people are like, is this shit real? I'm just like, let me go to the websites. And they're legitimate websites, .gov, .mil, .org, .edu. Those are what you call top-level domains. So they don't get to be top-level domains by giving out bullshit information. So there's a little bit more to it. There's information's like an onion. There's different layers. I'll put it out there like that.
Right.
But what we're getting is so bottom barrel. Even as brilliant as Elon Musk is, he still don't know shit. I promise you, he don't know shit. Even though he's been to space, he still don't know shit. So it's
space real.
Is space real? Is the space between us real? Well, you got the ET thing going on for real. Yeah. Touch. I do look at us, seriously, real talk, all jokes aside, I do look at us as having now we can get real esoteric real quick, but I literally look at my spacesuit with your spacesuit. There's space in between us because your universe is different than my universe, and collectively we come together and we build worlds.
Yeah. It's all about, closing the gap. And I would say, closing the gap in between us and what is going on the astral plane.
100%. Shout out to Space Force. Oh, did I say my loud voice?
Well, big ups to the alien report.
Don't even get me started, Joe.
The UFO UAV report that's going to be dropping this
The
week.
far side is from bad for the UAVs, so
Like, there might be. I mean, do you think there's any coincidence that the cannabis legalization effort is ramping up right at the same time when the government's starting to release a lot of these reports? I mean, my personal thoughts on it. We're going to end on this. I know we're way over time.
I know.
My personal thoughts on this is, if aliens do exist, these vehicles do exist in our reality, like, they would have wiped us the fuck out before. Like, there's nothing that we can do. I mean, as humanoids, what the fuck can we do to fight back against these aliens? Right? They're just squatting on here watching us.
But
everything. They probably want some good weed. You know, probably how trash the weed would be on Mars.
They got brick weed, bro. But
look,
look,
it's fucking just dry fucking area. They're waiting for
brick weed.
They're waiting for us to kill each other off, so they can take all the fucking good shit.
No, dude, I'm telling you, literally,
Catalina Island.
Look, somebody had a
Denver International Airport.
They said pigs get fatter, hogs get slaughtered. So let's not kill your supply. Don't the Earth is the golden goose. We eat off the eggs, eat off the cows, eat off the humans. It's fine. But when you kill your source off, they're like freaking. That's what they call intelligence, bro.
Dude,
I think they're smart.
Extraterrestrials hate mids.
Mids?
Yeah.
What are mids?
Swag weed, like fucking mid-level, mid-grade bullshit. They want that kush. You know what I'm saying?
And next week, since we don't have enough time, I'm going to show you a plane that doesn't exist.
The original land race.
If you follow me on Instagram, you'll find my plane that doesn't exist, and tell me what day that you saw it, because literally that's something that people don't believe some of the stuff that we're saying.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, go to that one thing on my timeline. It's on my timeline somewhere. It's on my IG. This is Fred Smith, and you'll see a plane that doesn't exist. It has no windows, no designation, dark tinted windows, and I was at the Southwest Corridor in Ontario.
Shout out to Southwest. I hope that flight attendant got beat down like last week in San Diego. She has a speedy recovery.
Yes.
I miss flying, man. I miss flying.
I don't.
But
I did it for 20 years.
I don't miss the crowds, but I do miss traveling. So we're going to be on the road. So big ups to everybody we're going to be seeing this month and next month. We do have to close it out. I had to leave y'all on a little bit of alien fucking talk because Fred knows that I have a deep interest in what the hell's going on in these skies, right? And it's not just when I've been blazing. It's when I'm alone in my room staring at the ceiling. And
when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
You just want to know what the fuck is going on. I know there's a lot more information out there, and I know Fred has it, so we're gonna be prying that out of him over the next couple of months.
Somebody did that to me last year, and that's how we got New Room Collective started. I knew you were going to take the baton and run with it, bro. I was waiting for this day, guys. And now that we launched Canopreneur, you can stand by for everything else that's crazy with me that actually is true, and I can prove it.
Right. And we're going to end it on there. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody.
Happy Memorial Day, guys.
Thank you to all our veterans in the industry. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for everything that you guys do for us. And we hope it's just not pulling the troops out of one war and then launching them out of space for this intergalactic battle.
There it is. There's the plane with no windows right there on my IG. Do y'all know what day that is? If you look there, it's not a cargo plane.
Yeah,
it's not a cargo plane.
Anyway,
much love, guys. But you ain't heard nothing. You ain't seen nothing.
Yo, so with that, I just gotta say, thank you to all of our veterans in the game, both from the U.S. military, also for the veterans in the cannabis industry. Thank you for all you guys do, the legacy soldiers out there. That lost your lives, that lost family members, have lost everything you work for. We're going to continue doing what we're doing to shed light on those issues. Just make sure that they're vetted. We get a lot of stuff every single week. Make sure you guys are hitting us up at info@canavision.com. That's info@canavision. And you have a phone number for the people too, Fred?
Oh, yeah. Hit us up, yo. 310-421-0785. 310-421-0785. We will let you know what's going on with the deep dank shit that we're not going to talk about on air just because we're so busy. But at the end of the day, we want to stay super connected, and this is one of the best ways.
Right. When you look around, man, Rome is burning all around us. The first thing you want to do is buy a hoodie. Go to www.canavision.com and get a hoodie, get a courtesy pouch. And when there's nowhere else to turn the fuck up. We'll see you guys next week.
See the stars.
Much love. Much love.
The Aya Horse is speaking. Let's go. Let's go.
Coke is for living, Coca-Cola's a sponsor. Coke is a monster.